Good evening. I am Taylor Weddle, Vice President of Banquet of the UW chapter of Tau Beta Pi. And with me is Connor Kokenhauer, President of Tau Beta Pi. In light of the COVID-19 pandemic, we are doing things a little different this year. Because there are typically more than 10 people to attend this banquet, our hand has been forced, and we have had to shift the live banquet to an online virtual streaming. Even though this is not ideal, I would like to sincerely thank you all for taking the time to watch this presentation, and I hope everyone is remaining safe and healthy.
On behalf of the Wyoming Alpha chapter of Tau Beta Pi and the University of Wyoming, we would like to welcome you to the 2020 Virtual Engineering and Applied Science Honors Banquet. Tonight, we are honored to have the Dean of Engineering and Applied Science with us, who will be giving the opening address. Please join me in welcoming Dean Wright.
Thank you, Connor. Welcome to our virtual banquet. While this opening address will be mercifully short, I want to take this opportunity to express my deep admiration for the students and staff members who put this event together. When it became clear that the banquet would not be possible under normal circumstances, they were not deterred and came up with this wonderful alternative. I hope you enjoy it. We come together now to recognize excellence. Excellence we've seen from our student scholarship winners, excellence of our student awardees, excellence of our staff member and faculty member awardees, and excellence of both our eminent engineer awardee and our alumnus engineer awardee. All the awardees were chosen by the student members of the Tau Beta Pi chapter, which, to me, makes these awards mean even more. Congratulations to all our awardees. I also want to express my sincere thanks to our generous scholarship donors. Without your unwavering support, many of our best and brightest students would struggle to make it through their degree programs. Thank you so much. Now, this is an unusual time in our history, but we'll get through this and we'll come out the other side stronger and better than ever. For now, let's take some time to recognize the excellence that shines no matter what. As this banquet program unfolds now, I know you'll be as impressed as I am at how exemplary our awardees are. And I now turn the program back over to Taylor.
Thank you, Dean Wright, for those inspiring words. The theme for this year's event was supposed to be the Roaring 20s. It was supposed to be a blast from the past and a fun way to remember an iconic decade. As it is now, it seems that we've received a little more reminding from around that time period than we asked for, as in the flu pandemic of 1918. The plans for this year's event were grand, from decorating wine bottles to designing the stage to represent an old bootlegging operation. So much time and effort was put into this theme. Custom invitations were made and beautiful decorations were planned. I know that it's difficult to see this is not going as planned, but I want to say a big thank you to all who put their heart into planning this banquet. It has not gone unnoticed. At this time, I would like to take a few minutes to tell you a little bit about Tau Beta Pi. Tau Beta Pi is a National Engineering Honor Society that was founded in 1885 at Lehigh University. Its members are chosen on the basis of outstanding academic performance and outstanding character. Only the top 1/8 of the junior engineering class and 1/5 of the senior engineering class are eligible for membership. The UW chapter was founded in 1974 and currently has 62 active members. The excellence seen in Tau Beta Pi is a reflection of the excellence of UW's College of Engineering and Applied Science. The excellence of faculty, staff, and students alike is in great part due to the support and generosity of scholarship donors. These generous people understand the demands of a degree in engineering and computer science and are committed to helping students make the most of their chosen field. We thank you all for your support. Thanks to the dedication of our donors, the College of Engineering and Applied Science was able to award many scholarships to deserving students. They are honored in the booklet, which will be sent to all of you in the scholarship section. Information regarding existing donors and their respective scholarships start on page 19 of the booklet.
We would like to start the awards presentation off by honoring the outstanding freshmen. Despite taking classes such as statics, physics, and calculus, these students received a 4.0 GPA in the fall semester. Members of Tau Beta Pi honor these students by presenting them certificates honoring their accomplishment. All winners are found on page 3 and 4 of the booklet. Congratulations to all and keep up the good work. Each year, Tau Beta Pi also recognizes an outstanding sophomore and an outstanding junior engineering student. These awards are based on character, scholarship, extracurricular activity, and outside interests. The Tau Beta Pi booklet you will receive contains the complete biographies for all of our award recipients. This year's recipient of Tau Beta Pi's Outstanding Sophomore Award is Jaden Bapp. Jaden grew up as a military brat and graduated from Alamogordo High School in New Mexico. He is pursuing a major in both electrical engineering and mathematics, which he hopes one day helps him succeed in obtaining a job at either Micron or Tesla. Jaden is currently doing undergraduate research under Dr. Patrick Johnson and working as a Chem 2 teaching assistant and a tutor for the Center for Assistance with Mathematics and Statistics. Outside of academia, Jaden enjoys powerlifting and has obtained 3 national records for his weight class. Congratulations, Jaden, on all of your accomplishments. This year's recipient of the Tau Beta Pi Outstanding Junior Award is Suzanne Piver. Suzanne is from Cheyenne, Wyoming, and is currently pursuing a career in computer science. For the past 3 years, she has helped manage the Electrical and Computer Engineering Department's research group, ESP4T, where she helps hold workshops for hundreds of students, teachers, and professors around the world. On campus, she is involved with Tau Beta Pi, the Society of Women Engineering, and the Electrical and Computer Advisory Board. As an undergraduate researcher, she also helped in creating weather models for the National Center of Atmospheric Research. Suzanne's hobbies include hiking, snowboarding, skiing, rock climbing, and backpacking. She also enjoys remodeling spaces to be rented out as Airbnbs. This summer, Suzanne will begin an internship with Lockheed Martin, and she has also been offered a full-time position as a high-performance computing engineer at Lockheed Martin. Congratulations, Suzanne, on all your accomplishments.
At this time, Tau Beta Pi would like to recognize our outstanding member for the 2019-2020 academic year, Connor Kogenhauer. Besides being my co-MC, Connor is from Casper, Wyoming, and is in his senior year of mechanical engineering. Connor has gone above and beyond this year to ensure the success of our Tau Beta Pi chapter. Aside from running our bi-weekly meetings, from blood drives to this banquet, I have seen Connor at almost every Tau Beta Pi event this chapter has put on. Connor is also involved in undergraduate research and is a supplemental instruction leader. While being involved in all of these organizations, Connor has been able to maintain a 4.0 GPA. Outside of school, Connor enjoys fishing, camping, and snowboarding. After graduation, Connor will be working for a mechanical engineering contracting group out of Denver, Colorado. Congratulations, Connor, on all of your accomplishments. At this time, we would like to recognize the contributions of the Joint Engineering Council. This council works with engineering recognized student organizations to ensure that they have funds, space, and support to hold meetings and complete projects. Every year, they accept nominations from the faculty for the Outstanding Senior. This year's recipient of the Joint Engineering Council's Outstanding Senior is Aisha Mohammed. Aisha is from Nigeria and came over to attend the University of Wyoming at the age of 16. She is majoring in computer engineering with minors in computer science in the honors program. Aisha came to the United States for a more practical education and aspires to bridge the education gap in developing countries. Along those lines, Aisha has been working on developing a mobile app to allow the transfer of downloaded course content from Udacity without the use of mobile data. She has also raised over $750 to put on a workshop in Ilorin, Nigeria, on microcontrollers. During her college career, Aisha has completed internships at ANSYS, a simulation software company, and Twitter. After graduation, Aisha is going to start a full-time position at Twitter. Congratulations, Aisha, on all of your accomplishments. The Wyoming Engineering Society is a prominent supporter of the engineering students at the University of Wyoming. They sponsor the engineering summer program and support a number of scholarships for engineering students. Each year, they recognize one outstanding engineering student at the University of Wyoming. This year's recipient of the Wyoming Engineering Society's Student Engineer of the Year is also Aisha Mohammed. Each department selects the top graduating senior each semester to be honored during their graduation ceremony. This year's honor book recipients can be found on page 5 of the booklet.
The College of Engineering is incredibly fortunate for the support of our faculty and staff. We would like to recognize the outstanding faculty and staff for the 2019-2020 academic school year. This year's Outstanding Undergraduate Teaching Award goes to Robert Kubicek. Robert is from Casper, Wyoming, and received his bachelor's degree in electrical engineering and computer science, as well as his master's degree in electrical engineering from the University of Wyoming. After working 2 years for Boeing Computer Services, he returned to complete his PhD in electrical engineering. He then worked for BDM Corporation and the Institute for Telecommunications Services, U.S. Department of Commerce. In 1991, he returned to the University of Wyoming as an associate professor. His research interests include communication theory, DSP, speech processing, adaptive antennas, and remote sensing applications. Robert's hobbies include amateur radio, playing with Arduinos, skiing and biking with friends, and going for long walks with his wife. Thank you for the support and guidance you offer all of your students. Congratulations, Dr. Kubicek. This year's Tau Beta Pi Outstanding Staff Award goes to Charlotte Weil. Charlotte is originally from Norwood, Massachusetts, and her family moved to Laramie when her father accepted a faculty position with the Civil Engineering Department at UW. After working for Ideal Foods, she accepted a position at a local nonprofit. After 18 years with that company, she accepted the position of office associate for the Department of Atmospheric Science. In that position, she strives to help all students, faculty, and staff with any and all tasks they encounter. Thank you for all that you do for our college. Congratulations, Charlotte. This year's CEAS Outstanding Staff Award goes to Lori Benini. Lori grew up in Rock Springs, Wyoming, and is an alumnus of the University of Wyoming. After working for 10 years in the hospitality industry, she returned to the university. Lori started working in academic affairs as the University Studies Program Manager and Freshman Interest Group Coordinator. Then she worked in the College of Agriculture and Natural Resources as the Recruiting and Retention Coordinator. Lori is currently at home in the College of Engineering and Applied Science, managing the undergraduate student advising office. Lori does an amazing job with all the students here at the university. The College of Engineering cannot run without her. Thank you for everything and congratulations, Lori. Every year, Tau Beta Pi honors a practicing engineer in the state of Wyoming with the Wyoming Eminent Engineer Award. This award, first presented in 1956, recognizes personal achievements and the value of the recipient's work for the state of Wyoming. We established another award in 1995, the Alumnus Engineer Award, which honors a University of Wyoming alumnus who has significantly impacted his or his field of engineering either inside or outside the state of Wyoming. Recipients of these awards both stand for and promote the highest engineering standards. They are examples for all of us to aspire to. This year's 2020 Wyoming Eminent Engineer Award goes to Joe Lord. Joe was born in Powell and bounced around the state until he graduated high school in Cheyenne. Lord earned his bachelor's degree in civil engineering from the University of Wyoming in 1971. Joe then branched out from Wyoming and spent 3 years in LA. When he got back to Wyoming, his first job was in the state engineer's office as the interstate streams engineer. In 1975, Lord started working at Banner Consulting and worked there for 22 years. During this time, Joe enrolled in the UW MBA program and graduated in 1989. From there, Joe started operating Lord Consulting until he retired in 2017. Remaining active in organizations that promote engineering and public service was a huge portion of Joe's life. He was involved in the American Society of Civil Engineers, Wyoming Engineering Society, and the American Council of Engineering Companies of Wyoming throughout his career. Joe has also been a member of the Urban Systems Advisory Committee for Laramie, Albany County, and the University of Wyoming for 15 years. The most recent project her work on was a 4-year project to develop Laramie's parks, trails, recreation, and open space master plan. Joe also volunteered on the Albany County United Way Board of Directors and the Laramie Developmental Preschool and Daycare Operating Committee. According to Joe, the people that influenced and supported him throughout his career would fill volumes, and he is thankful for all of them, especially his wife, Beth. Thank you, Joe, for all you have done for Wyoming, and congratulations on being the 2020 Wyoming Eminent Engineer.
This year's 2020 Alumnus Engineer Award goes to Griffin Corpening. Dr. Corpening grew up in Saratoga, Wyoming, and received his bachelor's and master's degrees in civil engineering from the University of Wyoming in 1977 and 1984, respectively. Corpening then went on to receive his PhD in aerospace engineering in 1988 from the University of Maryland. After completing his doctorate, Dr. Corpening joined the Johns Hopkins University Applied Physics Laboratory and worked with world leaders in high-speed propulsion systems and supersonic combustion ramjets. After leaving Hopkins, he began working at NASA Armstrong Flight Research Center, where he worked with the chief engineer for the X-43A flight test project. He also became the first project manager for the Orion Abort flight test project. He successfully tested the launch abort system in May of 2020 and again in July of 2019. He has since received 2 NASA Exceptional Service Medals, the 2006 Society of Flight Test Engineer James S. McDonald Team Award, and the 2010 NASA Systems Engineering Technical Excellence Award, and the 2011 Stellar Team Award. Dr. Corpening, congratulations on being this year's 2020 Alumnus Engineer. Tau Beta Pi would like to thank all the generous donors to the College of Engineering and Applied Science. First, we would like to recognize our excellence, faculties, program, and specialty funds, which can all be found in the booklet on pages 14 and 15. These funds, provided by generous donors, both private and industry, advance the College of Engineering and Applied Science. They result in a higher quality of education for our students, and we cannot thank them enough for their support for the leaders of tomorrow. Every year, we are privileged to add more people to the list of scholarship donors. We would like to take some time to recognize our new endowments, faculty gifts, and scholarships that have been added since April of 2019. They can be found in the booklet on page 16. These donors are Restore 3D, Y2 Consultants, Kent and Susan Westelt, and WWC. Once again, we would like to thank all of our scholarship donors for the generous funds they donate to helping our students succeed. As part of the University of Wyoming's Tier 1 initiative, the College of Engineering and Applied Science recognizes a limited number of top high school graduating seniors for their academic achievement to participate in the highly competitive Undergraduate Research Scholars Program. Students either receive the University of Wyoming Trustee Scholarship throughout their undergraduate academic career, or $6,000 of annual funding from the College of Engineering and Applied Science. Undergraduate research scholars are also invited to participate in research lab observation series and professional development workshops focused on enhancing student research skills and advancing understanding of the breadth of research opportunities. A full list of recipients begins on page 16 of your booklet. We would now like to take some time to recognize all the donors and scholarship recipients. As a student, receiving a scholarship helps not only with paying for our education, but it is also a morale boost and gives a sense of accomplishment and pride for being recognized. I know I speak for all of the recipients of scholarships and their families when I say that your contributions really make a difference and will be remembered. The entire list of donors and recipients can be found in your program booklet starting on page 10.
This year, I had some amazing officers that helped me run our chapter. This year's officers were me, Connor Kopenauer, the president, our Vice President of Banquet, Taylor Weddle, our Vice President of Projects, Caitlin Vapp, our Corresponding Secretary, Abby Brasher, our Recording Secretary, Daniel Zhu, our Treasurer, Kenny Plant, our Historian and Cataloger, Aisha Muhammad, our JEC reps, Catherine Keeley and Dylan Dickerson, our Webmaster, Janica Sweeney, and our Liaison to the Front Range, Nunzio Carducci. We'd also like to recognize next year's upcoming officer team. Next year's officers will be our President, Jackson Rudolph, our Vice President of Banquet, Amanda Christensen, our Vice President of Projects, Bailey Norman, our Corresponding Secretary, Josh Tapera, our Recording Secretary, Reed Stafford, our treasurer, Riley Measle, our historian and cataloger, Seth Messick, our JEC reps, Julia Dickey and Bailey Norman, our webmaster, Suzanne Piver, and our liaison to the Front Range, Andrew Halverson. The College of Engineering and Applied Science student ambassadors are critical to the success of many events sponsored by the college, such as Commencement, Tau Beta Pi Banquet, Showcase Saturday, Discovery Days, Science Fair, and many others. Engineering student ambassadors represent their departments proudly and are often a prospective student's first exposure to the College of Engineering. Last year, student ambassadors volunteered over 75 times and spent approximately 185 hours of their time lending a hand in making events successful. Before we sign off, we would like to take this opportunity to thank a few people who helped plan and make this virtual banquet happen. We'd like to begin by recognizing Taylor Weddle, who was in charge of putting the entire banquet together. Next, we would like to recognize the outstanding committee chairs. Wesley Neatfield was our site chairman, Caitlin Vapp was the awards chairman, and Julie Dickey was the booklet chairman, who worked with Bailey Miller to put tonight's booklet together. We'd like to thank you and all of the Tau Beta Pi members who helped put this event together. We would also like to thank the Dean of the College of Engineering and Applied Science, Dr. Cameron Wright, and the Associate Deans in the College of Engineering and Applied Science, Dr. Stephen Barrett and Dr. Paul Dellenbach, and the Student Advising Coordinator, Lori Bonini, for the time and effort they put into the scholarship program. We would also like to thank Bailey Miller and Jeannie Moody for all their hard work and assistance with putting on this banquet, and Dr. Stephen Barrett, Len Lutz, Dr. Jeffrey Anderson, Dr. David Mackay, Dr. Cam Wright, and Dr. Ray Jaco for all they do as our Tau Beta Pi advisors. The members of Tau Beta Pi and the College of Engineering and Applied Science, thank you for taking the time to watch this virtual banquet. Stay safe and healthy.